Hey guys, I hope you're all well, and this is just a little help video for the two tracks that we're doing in class. So track number 1 is Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. So the first thing we look at, the tempo is 171 beats per minute. So this shows us the speed that we have to play to. So for example, this is speed. So if we play along, we know that that's the kind of speed we can practice to. So you can find a metronome on the internet if you type it in, or if you have an electric drum kit, they'll have a metronome on there. So beat 1 starts out where it says drum intro, and it's 4 bars long. We know that it's 4 bars because it says it at the top on the last bar, and we've got the lines in between each bar that divide it. So the first bit is played on the kick drum and the snare drum, and what we're playing is, it's just 4 beats, it's kick, snare, like this. And if you have a look closely at your chart, you'll see there's 4 beats in there. So the kick drum is the bottom one and the snare is the one after it in the middle. On the second bar and the fourth bar, we now add 2 kick drums. So it looks like this. So the way we can count that is 1, 2, 1 and 2. Like we count our first beat, 1, 2, 1, 2. Or if you want to count it up to 4, if it's easy, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then for the second bar, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this helps us kind of get the rhythm for the count. The next part of the song is the full band intro. Now this lasts for 8 bars, and what we're playing is just our normal 1-2 groove as we've been doing. So hi-hat is on both beats, the kick drum is just on beat 1, and the snare drum is on beat 2, like this. I'm going to play it full speed. So we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So now what we do is, for the first bar, we play 1, 2, 1, 2. And then for the second bar, we do, just like we do on the second and fourth bar of the intro, 1 and 2, or 1, 2, 3 and 4. But now we're just adding in the hi-hat, so it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there's 2 kick drums in there now, and what we have to do is, we have to add that second kick drum in between the 2 hi-hats. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the hi-hats are on numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that second kick drum we have to add in on the and. So one more time, so it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the verse is nice and simple. We're just going back to the same beat as we play in the drum intro, which is kick, snare, and then the second bar, kick, snare, kick, snare. And what we do with those bars is, we do the first bar, just kick, snare, and then the second bar, kick, snare, snare, and then we basically go in between each bar. So we do the first one, the second, and then the first and the second, like a pattern, we just keep repeating it. So the verse lasts 8 bars, but notice we have repeat marks at the beginning and at the end of the 8 bars. And right at the end it says 3 times. So we have to do these repeat marks 3 times. Once we've been through those repeat marks 3 times, we then come out and go into the chorus. So the chorus is the exact same groove as the full band intro. So we're essentially just repeating both drum beats again and again. So the chorus, there's also repeat marks, but we only have to repeat through it 1 time. So that's 8 times 2, which is 16. What I'm going to do is put my metronome onto 171, and I'm going to play through the chorus to you, just so that you know how long it's meant to sound. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go around again. And last 2 bars, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the second song we're doing is Sweet Child O' Mine by Guns N' Roses. So the intro, we are playing on the hi-hat, which is on the top line, the bass drum, which is on the bottom line, and the snare drum, which is in between. So the beat we're playing, I'm going to break it down bit by bit. So we're going to start off with a basic rock beat, which is just like we've been playing in all of our songs so far. So now what we do is, so if we count this beat as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, because they're written in eighth notes, we can now see that we've got the snare drum on 2 and on 4. So I'll show you that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now we can dive into the kick drums. So the kick drum is on the 2 kick drums, as well as being on beat 1, are on the and of 2 and beat 3. So it'd be like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And again, a little bit slower: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if you break down that beat nice and slowly and start off at a slow speed, you'll start to find it easier, and then you can speed up. So the tempo of this song is 120 beats per minute, so same with the last song. If you can practice this with a metronome or even to the song, this will help you find the pace for it. So we play this beat throughout the intro, which is 8 bars, but we have repeat marks, so we do it all again. And then we come down to the verse, which we play the exact same beat, which is 8 bars, but we have repeat marks again, so we go through it. And then to the chorus, we're playing the exact same beat, but it's a little bit more complex now. So in the chorus, we're playing the exact same beat as we are in the verse, but now we're just playing it on the ride cymbal. So I'm just going to show you now. So what we do is, there's a little bit more to it than that. So as you can see there, we do have a crash cymbal on beat 1. So if we're counting this as 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we're doing the exact same beat, but there's a crash cymbal on beat 1 and on the and of 2. So I'm going to play this really slowly for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So this can be quite tricky, so if there's a way that you can play that and make it easier for yourself, feel free to do so. But if you'd like to have a go at that and set yourself a bit of a challenge, that will sound really good. And then just lastly, on the last 2 bars, it's slightly different. We only, on the 3rd bar, have a crash on beat 1, so it sounds like this. And then on the very last bar, there's no crash cymbals at all. We just do the normal beat. And that is the whole track. I hope that helps, guys. Let me know if you have any questions.